guys, my name is Evie and welcome to my YouTube channel. I apologise for the camera work. The only place that I can kind of get good lighting is sat on the bed, and because I don't have a fancy camera or any kind of proper camera, I'm having to film off of my iPhone, which means because of the lighting issue I have to hold it. So if the camera work is shaky, that is why. Now, without further ado, because I've done this tag many times, let's just jump right into the questions. Number one, why did you start this channel? I started this channel because I want to be a part of the bookist community. I want to expand the genres I read. I want to read more. I kind of want to give back to a community that's given a lot to me in terms of when I was going through like a really rough time, watching other people's videos really helped me, and so I kind of want to give back some of that enjoyment and like escapism, but also I, as a writer, might read books in ways that people who are primarily readers or only readers might not, and so I'm hoping that I can not necessarily bring like a unique perspective to reviews, but that I can offer like a different perspective than someone who just reads. I'm quite spaced out and tired, so if I'm rambling or I'm repeating anything or I'm not making sense, I apologise. I probably shouldn't be filming this video today, but out of determination, I am. So, yeah. Basically, community, expanding the genres I read, reading more, giving back to the community, getting to know other people. Those are the reasons why I'm joining BookTube. And of course to create like content and sort of put myself out there and throw myself out of my comfort zone. Because I don't know if it's obvious or not, but being in front of a camera is not my comfort zone. So, number two, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? Really, the only unique thing I can bring to BookTube is the skits that I have in mind and my own perspective. That's kind of it. I'm sorry if you wanted some like proper unique crazy thing, but all I can really bring that's unique is my own perspective. Fun wise though, I have skits in mind, I have discussions in mind, I have original tags in mind. Maybe these can be classed as unique, but I'd much rather class them as fun. I don't want to be, you know, like one of those, I'm not like other girls. I'm special, I'm different. I don't want to be like that. My perspective is really the only unique thing you're gonna get. What are you most excited about for this channel? I'm excited to create. That's pretty much what I'm excited for, to create content, a variety of content, not just bookish content, although that the BookTube community and the AuthorTube community will be the primary content that I create. Not sure if I'm making any sense, because like I said, I'm tired, I'm spacey, and I'm rambly, and that's not a good combination, but I'm just doing the best I can. Yeah, take a drink every time I say and try not to die. You know, really pointing it out now, aren't I? I can't even remember what you're most excited about this channel. I'm most excited to meet the community, to be much more energetic than I feel now, to broaden my horizons in terms of reading and in terms of confidence, and yeah, that is that. Why do you love reading? I love reading because it offers escape from the real world and the real problems that sort of come with the boring real world. Well, not boring, but overwhelming. And I also love reading because you can go into it with like one specific mindset that you are convinced isn't going to alter, isn't going to change, and you can come away from a book with a completely brand new perspective that just completely alters your way of thinking and makes you a much more like empathetic and understanding person. And I love that. That's one of my favorite things about reading. That and the escapism is just two of the many reasons why I love reading so much. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I would ask them how they create such good content so consistently, and how they're able to do it while staying so kind of like true to themselves. I know that might sound like a bit of a strange question to ask, but I kind of feel like, even though I'm far too tired to be false in this video, but when I was filming earlier, I kind of noticed that the way I spoke was a bit rigid and a bit too formal, and I'm kind of doing that a little bit now, but not as much, and so it'd just be kind of like interesting to see how big, not even big booktubers, but big like YouTubers, how do they kind of film without being fake? I don't know if that makes any sense, but that would be what I asked them. What I would ask them. Where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What challenges do you think will be the hardest to overcome in terms of your channel? In terms of my channel, I think the challenges that are going to be hardest to face is pushing myself out there, forcing myself to interact with people, because I have social anxiety, and that could make me quite, what is the word? Fearful, not only of rejection, but also that I'm annoying the person by contacting them or by replying to them or sort of interacting with them in any sense. I just kind of feel like I'm bothering them, or I'm being too much, or I'm annoying them, or I'm, sort of ruining their day somehow. So I think one of the hardest hurdles to overcome is definitely going to be sort of having to interact with the people who might interact with my videos. So yeah, that's that. And then next we have, when did I start reading? I started reading when I was 5. Bit of a crappy answer, but I didn't come into reading later in life. I started when I was 5. The books that I read when I was younger are Jacqueline Wilson books. I adored hers. Enid Blyton's, I adored hers. I don't know if I would adore hers looking back if I read them now, because apparently they have quite a lot of racist under and overtones that I did not pick up on as a kid, and I'm kind of scared to pick up on as an adult. Be like, oh my god, what was I reading? And blimmin' heck, what was the other one? When did I start reading? Oh yeah, that was it. Harry Potter, obviously, and any animal related book. That is what I read when I started reading. Where do I prefer to read? I prefer to read somewhere quiet, just because I'm a vocal reader, and it's a bit embarrassing if you're out in public and you kind of blurt something out and then people look at you like, what? Is she okay? What's she doing? Is she having some kind of fit? And you're just kind of there, like, with your arms, like, flailing around. Well, maybe not flailing around, but, just, like, being really passionate about what you're reading, be it in a good or a bad way. You can't really do that in public without people kind of glaring at you or staring at you or judging you heavily. So it is for that reason that I prefer a quieter place, even though I am more than happy and content to read literally anywhere. Like, you give me a train full of people, I will read a book. You give me a spaceship filled with aliens, and I will read a book. I'll be confused as to how I got on the spaceship with the aliens and kind of freaked out and scared, but I'll just read my way out of the out of the uncertainty. I'll just escape into a bookish world. And last question is, what do you read? I read fantasy, contemporary. I don't know why I'm doing that when you can't see me. Fantasy, contemporary, literary fiction, classics, thrillers, detective. I mean, they kind of come into thrillers. But yeah, detective novels. The only novels I don't seem to read, well, not only because there is like many different genres out there. I don't tend to read sci-fi, which I want to change. I don't read horror, which I want to change. I can deal with psychological horror, but reading just pure bloody gore, I'm not a fan. I'm quite queasy thinking about it. I'm not the kind of person who can handle just blood and gore being kind of thrown at you in a book or in a film. But yeah, I tend to read stories set in another world, and stories that are not necessarily happy, but that are more fantastical in nature. But I definitely want to broaden my horizons and start reading things like sci-fi and horror, and more non-fiction books, steampunk, all those kind of genres that there's kind of too many to name. Historical fiction is also another one that I want to get into. But yeah, because this video is already so long, and I don't have the editing software to cut it down, I'm going to have to be very short with my goodbye and say that I hope you have enjoyed this video. I apologize if it is too long and too rambly, and hopefully I will see you soon. Bye, have a good day or night or whatever time it is.